Welcome back to my channel and a very special welcome if you're new here. My name is Jen and this is Jen Clayton Beauty. We do everything beauty and makeup, and that includes testing new makeup. I have 5 new products to test out with you today. We have some things that came in my Ipsy beauty subscription box, my Allure beauty subscription box, and then one product that I purchased when I actually bought an advent calendar. I have already been purchasing advent calendars. I have 3 or 4 ready for advent calendar unboxing season, and I am so excited. So if you're excited too, give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe if you're not, turn your bell on because I upload lots and lots of new videos every single week. Down in the description box, I will link the beauty boxes that these products came from. I will link each of the products individually if you want to pick them up. Maybe you don't subscribe to the beauty subscription boxes, but you're interested in the product themselves. I'll have it all linked down below for you, as well as my favorite beauty subscriptions, all of the other makeup that I'm wearing today if you would like to shop the completed look, discounts to my very favorite indie brands, and come follow me over on TikTok for more beauty and makeup. Let's first talk about the 5 products we're testing out today. I'll zoom you in and we'll get started. So the first product we're going to be testing out came in my Allure beauty box. This is the only product from my Allure box. This is the Florence by Mills lip oil. I just realized that the price, you can see on the back, has the line through it. Maybe this came from one of those discount makeup stores or something, and that's why I ended up in the Allure beauty box. But I'm excited to try this out. I love lip oil, and this is in a little squeezy tube, which I also kind of like. So we'll be testing this Florence by Mills lip oil. Spoiler alert, I bought one of the Makeup Revolution, which I know, surprise, I don't love Makeup Revolution, but their advent calendar looked pretty good. So I ordered their advent calendar on their website, and then I added on this cream blush. I always like to get free shipping, and I've honestly liked some of the Makeup Revolution complexion products. So this is the Jelly Blush. So this is their dupe to the Milk Makeup Jelly Blush. So this is going to be their version. So we'll see if it's any good. And it is in the shade Strawberry Jelly. So it's this fun kind of bright pink shade. And then the other 3 products came in my Ipsy subscription box. So first we have the Seraphine Botanicals Diamondite Highlighter. Now a lot of the products from Seraphine Botanicals that we've received, I've really enjoyed, and this highlighter looks really, really beautiful. However, I also got the Lunar Beauty Moon Shroom Highlighter palette. This I'm so excited about. I talked all about how much I wanted this when this was released in my unboxing video. I will link my Allure Beauty boxing and my Ipsy unboxings down below for you. So I'm going to use this highlighter on my cheeks and this highlighter as my inner corner brow bone highlight. That way we can test out both products. And then for our eyeshadow palette, I'm actually excited for this. This is from Eloise Cosmetics, and this is the Goddess palette. This is a neutral palette with some blue shades. So I actually want to do a neutral look today because it's finally cooling off here in Arizona. When I went to the gym this morning, I walked and it was 44 degrees. So it's getting cold, and it only has a high today of about 72. My husband and I are gonna go to breakfast. We are currently building a new home, so we're going to go check that out, see how that's coming along. So I'm going to focus on the neutrals, and then I love a good blue lower lash line. So we'll test out the blue shades in here as well. So let's zoom on in and get started. So I've done most of my complexion products cream wise, other than cream blush, because I want to test out the Makeup Revolution Jelly Blush. Ooh, it looks so weird. Ooh, it feels like kind of wet, slimy Jello. It's interesting, that's for sure. Now, I personally have never tried the Milk makeup one, so I don't know if that's the same type of consistency that you get with the Milk, but this is really, really pretty. And this is a much more affordable option than the Milk makeup. And it feels nice once it dries down. It just is so weird feeling to the touch. And it literally stained my finger already. So I think I'm actually going to pick it up on a brush. I'm nervous to swipe it on my face because I don't want to disrupt my foundation and my cream bronzer. And then putting it on my finger, I feel like it's gonna stain. So a brush it is. Picking it up. I'm nervous for some reason. Okay, that's pretty. That is much less intimidating than I was expecting it to be. Ooh, that is a really, really pretty color. It's definitely less intense when you tap it on the cheeks with a brush. Now, I don't know if you used a finger or just swiped it, if it would be more intense, but I actually think for me, this is a great application method because the pigmentation is there, but it's not super crazy intense. I really like it. I really like the color. I like the formula. It just sinks right into the skin. Okay, I really like this. Like I said, I did not purchase any of the Milk ones only because I had heard mixed reviews and they were pretty pricey. This was really, really affordable. But isn't that pretty? That's really pretty. I really, really, really like this. Let me go ahead and finish my base makeup, do my brow. I'll be back and we'll test out the highlighter palette and get started on the eye look. Change of plans really quick. Before I finish my base makeup, I did just set my face with powder. Look how pretty that blush is. You don't even need a powder blush because it is just shining through even a set face. Wow. All right, let's try out the Lunar Beauty Moon Shroom palette. I don't know what color I want to go with. These are all so incredibly beautiful. I'm kind of thinking I want to go with Sugar, which is the lightest in the palette. I love Lunar Beauty's formula, and like I said in my unboxing, I wanted to buy this palette. I just couldn't justify it, so I'm so excited that it came in my subscription. So I'm actually going to put that. Oh, yes, that's so pretty. Oh my goodness. Wow, that was one tap in. Wow, that is so beautiful. I expect nothing less, to be completely honest with you. I expect nothing less from Lunar Beauty. Wow. There's literally this man walking by my window right now. The community I live in is very active. It's a big walking community. And he has the biggest chunk of a bulldog. He's so cute. He's black and white like Palmer, my Frenchie. He's just this big chunky bulldog. Adorable. Absolutely adorable. I'm always sidetracked by dogs. Look how pretty that is. Like seriously, I'm obsessed. I can't wait to try all the other highlighter shades in the palette. But that is so pretty. Let me go ahead and set my face with some setting powder, grab my MAC Paint Pot and Painterly. I'm going to apply the eyeshadow primer to my eyes and we'll test out the Eloise Goddess palette. So my eyes are primed with my MAC Paint Pot. Like I said, all of the other makeup I'm wearing today that we're not testing out together is linked in the description box. And now let's dig in to the Eloise Cosmetics Goddess palette. I'm going to start with the lightest matte in the palette called Heavenly Grace. And I'm actually going to buff that all over my lid, into my crease, basically as my transition shade. This is, like I said, the lightest matte in the palette. I will say that this is definitely a mid-tone matte. So if you want a full neutral look, you don't have a dark matte to choose from. Your darkest matte is this deep blue. So I wish they would have added a deep neutral matte, like maybe this guy here, instead of being a more shimmery shade. Maybe that could have been a little bit deeper matte because I just don't think I'm going to be able to get the depth that I want in a look out of that neutral matte. So that shade went on nicely. It's a perfect transition shade, perfect shade to set my primer. So then I'm going to go into the shade. I just don't think this is going to be deep enough. We're going to try it though. This is Emperor Elegance. And I'm going to pick that up and try to pop that in the outer portion of my eye. Okay, that's not terrible. It's actually a little bit deeper than I thought. It's definitely a mid-tone matte. It's not a deep dark matte like I would prefer. And because of that, I'm going to focus that on my outer corner, but I'm also going to pull that up into my crease a little bit, about 3/4 of the way over. Just to, again, add a little bit more depth, get a little bit more of that deep neutral feel. So that's a very pretty shade. It's definitely pigmented. I'm getting quite a bit of payoff and it's layering really nicely on top of the other matte. So far, I think the matte formula in this palette seems really, really nice. And then going back into that light matte Heavenly Grace, I'm going to use that again just to kind of buff and blend out those edges. Honestly, I like that shade a little bit better than I thought that I would. I was able to build it up enough to give me the depth that I was looking for. And obviously that's without going into the blue matte. Again, if I really want to stay with just a fully neutral look, I like to have the option to add that depth. As always, I'm using my NYX glitter glue. I'm going to pop that on my lids. And as always, we're trying one shimmer with the finger, one shimmer with the brush. This kind of sparkly shade, this kind of speckled shade, it always looks like a petri dish to me. That shade I definitely want to use, but I think I want to add a little deeper sparkle, a little deeper shimmer first. So I'm going to go with Goddess Glow up here in the corner. Look how pretty that is. That is just this beautiful orange leaning shimmer. And I'm going to pop that on the outer about 3/4 of my lid. This is beautiful. This is absolutely beautiful. Look at that. Wow. That is some intense foiled sparkle in the best way. Really like that shade. That is so beautiful. And now with a flat brush, I'm picking up that kind of petri dish shade called Divine Aura. And I'm actually going to put that on the inner portion. Oh, that is so pretty too. Oh my goodness, that's pretty. These shimmers are just spectacular. They applied perfectly with the finger, perfectly with the brush. I'm also going to pick up this kind of more brown leaning shade called Regal Radiance, and I'm going to put that right on the outer portion of my lid, closest to that depth I added to the outer corner. That's just going to create a little bit more depth, but a little bit more sparkle on the lid. And like I said, I love a neutral look with a pop of a twist. So I'm going to add Opulent, the blue matte in the palette. Tapping that off, I'm going to buff that on my lower lash line. Okay, that's really pretty. I'm excited to actually try this in a neutral look with a deep blue outer corner. That sounds so beautiful, but I do love it as that pop of blue on the lower lash line. And then the blue shimmer is called Luxurious Luster. I'm going to pick that up and buff that on top. And that's just going to help me smoke out that lower lash line, diffuse that out. I really love that. I love that intense pop of blue. And then like I said, we're going to use the Seraphine Botanicals Diamantine highlight. It says Beaming Highlighter in the shade Oyster. I'm going to use this as my inner corner highlight. I'm going to pop that right on the inner corner. Okay, that's pretty. It's more of a champagne highlight, but it makes a really pretty inner corner, and it pairs actually beautifully with this neutral eye look. And then I'm even going to just pop a little bit of that under my brow bone. And also here's the highlighter swatch. It's beautiful. It's definitely a mix between a champagne and an icy white. It is really soft to the touch, very buttery. I actually really like this. I'm gonna use this tomorrow as the highlight on my cheeks because you already know I had to use the Moon Shroom from Lunar Beauty. Let me go ahead and do liner, mascara. I'll be back and we'll test out the Florence by Mills Lippy. So here is the eye look with some liner and mascara. We're gonna talk about this palette as soon as we try out the Florence by Mills Lip Oil. This is the Glow Yeah Tinted Lip Oil. Now this is the first lip oil I've ever seen in a squeezy kind of lip balm tube. Normally they're in this type of component, but I'm excited to try this out. It says tinted. Let me swatch it. Speaking of swatches, that blush swatch right there completely stained my hand. So I'm gonna have to wash that off really good with some soap and water. Ooh, this is pretty. This is really pretty. So it is 100% tinted pink. Wow, that's pretty. It doesn't feel super sticky, which I like. I don't love a sticky lip product, and the lip oil should be a little bit more smooth and hydrating. This feels really nice. And look at that pretty wash of pink. It's definitely giving my lips but better. It's giving me a nice tint of pink, pretty dark pink, even darker than I expected, but in a good way. I actually really, really like this. Feels really nice. It's not tacky, it's not sticky, feels just hydrating on the lips. I'm actually currently drinking a protein water, so I'm going to see the longevity of this as I finish getting ready for the day, finish my protein water. I'll let you know if I feel like I have to reapply, but first impression, it's feeling really, really good. So let me go ahead and do my hair, get dressed, finish getting ready for the day, and I'll be back and we'll talk about my final thoughts on this testing new makeup. So here's the completed look for this testing new makeup. and let's talk a little bit more about everything we tested out today. I'm gonna start with the lip oil because I have not reapplied it, and I still have that beautiful wash of color on my lips. It feels so good. It's so hydrating. Love the component. It just makes it a little bit easier even than a doe foot to apply, and I love that it gives you that nice wash of color. I'm actually quite impressed with this, and I'm excited to continue using this. Definitely a huge win. Also a win is the blush. I like this blush. Now I wish I would have tried the Milk Out so I could compare the two, because this one is so much more affordable, but I love this. I mean, my hand is still stained even after washing my hands twice since I put this on there. So this is a product that's going to stay on the cheeks, and it is really, really beautiful. I really like this. I really like the formula, the color. Gosh, Makeup Revolution has been changing my mind a little bit. I'm anxious to unbox the Advent calendar with you, so make sure you're subscribed and your bell's on so you don't miss all of Advent calendar season. And then let's talk about the two highlighters. So first, the Seraphine Botanicals Oyster Highlighter. That is what is in my inner corner on my brow bone. I really like this. I'm excited to use this again, to use this as an actual highlight. I think that the component of it is a little on the cheapy side, but the highlighter and the formula is really nice. So really, the component doesn't matter nearly as much as the product itself, but first impressions, I really liked this. And then as far as the Moon Shroom little highlighter palette from Lunar Beauty, yes. I mean, I'm glowing. I am a glowing goddess, and that was using this shade here. I can't wait to use the rest of them. This one's probably going to be a little deep for me, but it could be a glowy bronzer. It could be a glowy blush topper on a little bit more brown blush. This would be a beautiful blush topper if it's too deep for your skin tone, but there is a little bit of something in here for all skin tones, which I appreciate. There is a mirror, so this would be amazing for travel. And then probably the thing I'm most impressed with is this palette from Eloise, the little goddess palette. I used all of the shades in this palette except for this kind of more light blue gray leaning shimmer and this deeper gray leaning shimmer. I used all of the rest of the shades, and I love my eye look. It's beautiful. It's a neutral eye look with the pop of blue on the lower lash line, adding that little bit of va-va-voom, something different to a neutral look. And although I do still wish there was a little bit deeper neutral matte, this one performed really nicely. And by pulling it into my crease and above my crease a little bit, it added that depth I was looking for. I can't wait to put this deep blue on my outer corner for some depth and do maybe a smoky blue look. I'm impressed. I am impressed. I've never tried Eloise eyeshadow palette, eyeshadow formula, and this is really good. Really good. So that is everything for this testing new makeup. Let me know down below, what do you think of my look? Did you get any of these products in your beauty subscription boxes? I will link the Makeup Revolution Jelly Blush. Give this video a thumbs up. Again, make sure you're subscribed. Turn your bell on so you don't miss any videos, as well as Advent calendar season and declutter season. Oh my gosh. Declutter season is coming. Like I said, we're building a new house, so we're going to be doing a lot of decluttering. And also, everything I shared is linked down below for you. And again, thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.